The Chinese room is preparing for war. We'll only assume, in collaboration with Robert Briscoe's littlelostpolly.co.uk. Dear Esther, I wish to start, but first I must go to the options. Check the audio, audio is good. Check the video, video is good. Detail, detail. Must make trilinear when dulinear is just not good enough. One day I'm going to learn what stuff means. Let's try that again. The Chinese room, something about war, vaguely offensive racist stuff, in collaboration with a guy who came up with a name and made a website about it. Then I got to the options screen and I was completely knocked out. I mean, this field of view thing, can that go? Oh, that's already on max. Excellent. That makes no sense. What are those arrows for? I'm going to assume everything is doolally. Keyboard, where's the fire button? Swim button. Ooh, cute, I better remember that one. Take pretty screenshot button. Mouse acceleration, for when you want your mouse to go faster. Development, yeah, I think we're good here. Controller, I don't have one of those. Let us start, dear Esther. I'm going to assume Esther is the nemesis. Ooh, stuff. Yes, play the chapter I clicked on.
Dear Esther,
Hi.
I sometimes feel as if I've given birth to this island.
It was rather painful,
Somewhere
actually.
between the longitude and latitude, a split
Up and downy arrows.
and it beached remotely here. No matter how hard I correlate, it remains
Fancy
a
words.
singularity.
Fancier
An
words.
alpha point in my life that refuses all hypotheses.
I like people to see I'm intelligent.
I return each time leaving fresh markers that I hope, in the full glare of my hopelessness, will have blossomed into fresh insight in the interim.
You're a pretty assumptive male, aren't you? I mean, there you are and... Oh, I'm moving. Oh, I guess I've already started. Right, into the liquid abyss. Glug, 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 glug. Whoa! 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 Okay, out of the liquid abyss. It's too dark in there. No point showing all my loyal fans absolute darkness for a few hours. Jump! No! The jump button! It does nothing! How do I jump? If only I looked at that instruction guide. Wow, really? I'm literally stuck. Well, back into the liquid abyss. Nope, I'm good. I mean, seriously, birth a whole island? What type of crappy metaphor are you going for there? I mean, I bet every single woman in the world hates you right now. What the hell is that? It's a boat! How did I get here? Oh, I guess that's a boat too. Well, I guess I can assume that I beached myself. Beached myself. Well, my hardcore gamer instincts are telling me that the big red dot in the distance is my eventual path. But first I assume I have to find the crowbar. Flashlight makes everything scary. So does mildew. Or I assume some kind of sink fungus. Books, which I cannot read. Strangely well-kept radiator. Dust. Kettle. Buck. Lantern. Buck. Door. No access to the door. Paint pots. Writing. Science-y writing. Somebody does like to see themselves as an intellectual. I will assume my flashlight is infinite. Ooh. Wait, was that... I don't actually recall. You know, I have no idea if there are enemies in this or not. Radiator. No, it is a lighthouse. My expert observational skills are working perfectly. More paint pots. Is there going to be more science on the walls? Oh, I am disappointed. Wind! Scary, scary wind! No science on the floor. Damn it, I cannot follow our rational objectivity here. High road, a low road, high road, a low road, and I'll be in Venezuela before you. Man, I move slow. Where's the run button? Better yet, where's the throw grenade button? Oh, look at all the water. Still walking. Still walking. Wavy noises. Man, this is going on a while. I hope this is the slow starter before the eventual fast-paced, intense action of the game. That is going to be so rad when it happens. Beach. Oh, rocky path. Excellent. This must be the climbing tutorial. Yeah. Where is my climb button? Or my jump button? I assume I have one somewhere. It said Q to swim upwards. Does Q also swim upwards in air? Oh, I think I'm getting it. Yeah. Ah! Yeah, I'll come back to you later. Clearly this is an advanced tutorial mode. Is it me or was that further away? Nah, it's probably just the giant shark rock obscuring it. Well, I guess this is all fancy and detailed. Look at the look on those rocks' faces. All mossy and stuff. You know, the act of walking is kind of ruined on games like this. You would just kind of assume...
At night, you can see the lights sometimes from a passing tanker or trawler.
Oh my god, now!
They are mundane. But down here, they fugue into ambiguity.
Fancy
For
words.
instance, I cannot readily tell if they belong above or below the waves.
Kind of in the middle, I assume.
The distinction now seems banal. Why not everything and all at once?
That's the word in it.
There's nothing better to do here than indulge in contradictions whilst waiting for the fabric of life to unravel.
Is that another one of your womb metaphors? Fabric of life unravels, unveiling an island from your womb because you're a man that gives birth to islands. I could give birth to an island. Just don't want to. Ooh! I know this one. You start with a line, and then you double it, and then you double it, and you double it, and double it, and you have Fibonacci! Or Fibonacci. I have no idea how that's actually pronounced. Hooray for reading words on the internet. Oh, sunlight. And Stretch D Master is playing Skyrim. I bet he's having just as much fun as I am right now. Yep, rock climbing sucks. Water!
I have found the ship's manifest, crumpled and waterlogged under a stash of paint cans.
Where?
It tells me that along with this present cargo, there was a large quantity of antacid yogurt bound for the European market.
Fruit corners.
It must have
My
washed out to sea.
favourite.
God knows there are no longer gulls or goats here to eat it.
There is a distinct lack of animals on this island that's completely abandoned by all. Who's talking? Is that my character that's talking, or just some ominous, omnipresent voice? Well, I've found something. I was assuming a cave, but apparently I'm wrong. Can I clear? Yeah. Sorry, let's go up. At least there's more island up here. Arrow. That would have been very hard to paint. I mean, seriously, how do you... I can't climb it. It's like, unless you've got really long hands. And, ooh, a thing. Ah. That's an axle. Or whatever attaches wheels together. I don't know. I'm no mechanic. Just an engineer. And engineers don't know mechanic stuff. That's for astrophysicists. Another door! How did I miss this stuff earlier? Even more impressively, how did this get down here? I mean, If you had wheels, car, did it come from above or below? Maybe that's where the mark's from. Maybe it just ground against the wall. Nah, wouldn't make a single line like that. What does that say? E. I'm going for nay, said backwards. So I'm going to assume these people are Japanese, because Japanese people say nay all the time. Nay, nay. I'm a Japanese schoolgirl female person who goes nay, nay. Oh, God, I'm stuck here, aren't I? I'm going to have to go across. I'm sure the rocks will welcome me. Glug, 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 glug. Glug, 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 glug. Glug, 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 glug. I love the underwater detail. Glug, 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 glug. Glug, 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 glug. Glug, 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 glug. Glug, 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 glug. Yay, walking again. No, my walking is impaired. I'm going to assume my character has no hands whatsoever, which explains why he cannot use them to rock climb. Glug, 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 glug. Glug, 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 glug. Why do I see nightmares? Whoa. Don't know what that was. Let's try it again. Going low for some reason. Well, I'm sure that can only be good. Oh God, that means I've got to go all the way back to the start, doesn't it? Excellent. Level 1-1 was a bust. Come, Mario, back to the underground period. And back to the first level. Maybe if you jump on a different Goomba, you'll get somewhere else. What the hell am I yabbering about? Ooh, I went up. I can accept that. Although apparently I cannot repeat it. Am I going higher? To a place where blind men see? I never understood why people didn't like Creed. I mean, yeah, sure, Christian rock bands and all, but you gotta admit they certainly had passion over what they sang. Can you take me higher to a place where blind men see? I can't sing. I'm hilariously tone deaf. Doesn't help that I have big clumping things over my ears as I walk. Am I walking? Am I my character? Ooh. Pressing the left mouse button causes me to freak out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's like a little turtle. Is that some kind of zoom button? Hey, skybox. Ugh. This is why I need a sprint button. This is the place where I complained about trollers. Oop, well, at least that... Pretty sure I came down that way, but there's a path here now. Oh, I'm not going to complain about a different route. Certainly beats walking on the beach. Let's go higher. Making those tankers in the distance seem mundane, apparently. Yeah, I was listening. Bet you weren't. Whoever you are. I'm going to assume you're called Zach, because I've been watching Deadly Premonition videos on the internet recently. By those two best friend guys, who I bet aren't gay for each other. And so many people are disappointed because of it. Okay. Maybe I did pick the right route. I mean, with the small little chasm-y thing we got here in the path, I get the feeling it didn't go that far. God, I had to help an old lady up one of those once. Her idiot husband of some kind seemed to insist, ooh, brown bit, seemed to insist that she could totally climb it with him, and so forced them up, even though she was like, knocking on 70. I remember grabbing her arm up.
Donnelly's book had not been taken out from the library
I had a
since
story!
1974. I decided it would never be missed as I slipped it under my coat and avoided the librarian's gaze on the way out.
Ah, this explains it. My character's a thief
If the subject matter is obscure, the writer's literary style is even more so. It is not the text of a stable or trustworthy reporter. Perhaps it is fitting that my only companion in these last days should be a stolen book written by a dying man.
When I die, I definitely ought to write a book as I'm doing so. Yeah, last words in car crash, totally of my own causing. Must write 300-page novel. People would praise the work regardless of the quality, all on the fact that I am dead. Apart from some internet critics, who would believe that they must be as harsh as possible in order to become
When someone
famous.
had died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath.
I saw a single line earlier.
You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boat, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this, to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
Do I have an infection? Is that why I have no arms to climb? Can't exactly see any of these white lines. Are they meant to be really obvious? I guess that looks sort of one over there. It's got a little blob at the bottom. I'm going to walk around a corner now. I don't see a spawn demon soon. Ugh, I'd even settle for some kind of, like, foreign ethnic minority from Call of Duty. And a machine gun. I want a pistol first. I always basically just choose the pistol and go with that. To the point where I've become reasonably good at it. I don't really need to bother with machine guns. Ooh, stones. Yep, it's a stone. I'm sure it's of no importance whatsoever. Did you follow me? Textures. I expect better of you. You're not 3D at all. Unless, of course, you're the enemy. I wonder if this was meant to, you know, just be one of those subtle illusion effects that we never notice. Only I noticed instantly. They actually caught my eye, and ooh, rocks. Well, we have one big rock in the middle, surrounded by 8 medium-sized rocks, and then lots of little rocks, and then natural rocks in a river. And the texture's disappeared. How do I get to that lighthouse? I'm technically going back now. God, I've lost all track of how long I've been. Hey, talking.
A motley lot with little to recommend them. I have now spent 3 days in their company. That is, I fear, enough for any man not born amongst them. Despite their tedious inclination to quote scripture, they seem to me the most god-forsaken of all the inhabitants of the Outer Isles. Indeed, in this case, the very gravity of that term, forsaken by God, seems to find its very apex.
He's playing it again?
It appears to me that Donnelly, too, found those who wander this shoreline to be adrift from any chance of redemption. Did he include himself in that, I wonder?
Probably. You know, Donnelly's probably already dead. If we actually see another character in this, it's actually going to be kind of disappointing now. So I guess that means that the words aren't happening in real time. You're not describing events as they happen, per se. I mean, if they did, I would be surrounded by a motley crew of God-fearing, forsaken people. Words. Barbed wire! This has reminded me of my trips to the Peak District, when I cannot tell which areas I'm allowed to traverse or not. Oh, this area seems to have no care for itself. Don't actually know how far I can fall without dying. I suppose I should test it in small portions. Whoa, I'm on the wrong side now. Oh, apparently I just climbed over the fence. Hi, dear Esther.
I met Paul. I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton.
Hey, we're British. Excellent.
He drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.